Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Mud out here, and today we are going to be talking about the New York Knicks. My New York Knicks, they've been pretty great all season, to be honest. Not really. Start the season pretty rough, but by the time you got into December, they've been very streaky. But they just went on a 9-game winning streak. They did lose to the Hornets last night with Jalen Brunson out. But just to talk about some of the reasons why this team has been um, so good. Right now they're the fifth seed. They're going up on the fourth, and you really can't talk about the season's New York Knicks without talking about number 11, Jalen Brunson. He has been incredible, and I'm gonna be honest. When I saw that contract back in uh, July, maybe it was late June, whenever free agency started, um, I was not too happy as a Knicks fan. I thought he was just going to give the level of production he had in Dallas, and he would be a good role player. But he has turned himself into an all-star. He's going to be getting NBA all NBA votes come the end of the season. He's really just been incredible. I think his stats. Let me look here. He's averaging 24 points per game, and 6 assists on 48% shooting, and has about 8 win shares, which is pretty impressive. Um, he's really just like, and if we compare that to last season, and this is really obvious now, not necessarily retrospect, um, but he's just such a good isolation guard, and we didn't really see that as much with Luka, which is fairly disappointing. But um, I'm trying to find stats from last season, um, which is disappointing for the Mavericks, and I think they really missed out on what is a very good guard. Um, Instead of giving up a bunch of picks, they could have just had Jalen Brunson instead of giving up a bunch of picks for Kyrie Irving, who might just be there for a couple months and then go join the Lakers in free agency. We'll see. But he's been incredible. Like I said earlier, his isolation play is elite. His 3-point shooting is very good. He just gets to the basket in a way not a lot of guys can. And then the guy next to him, Julius Randle, the other member of this really big two. A lot of people call it a big three with RJ Barrett. I don't really see it as good as RJ is, but Julius Randle has really gone back to, in a way, what he was in the 2020 season. That got the Knicks to the first round of the playoffs before losing to the Hawks, I think it was. And I know he had a really rough season last year and a really rough start to this year, but he's been a fantastic player. His 3-point and his fadeaway have been absolute. The percentages might not be there, but like you watch a game, that man. There's been games this season, like I think against maybe it was the Magic. It might have been a different game, but a week or two ago, where he was just draining 3-pointer after 3-pointer, and he's just like unstoppable, really, and it's quite impressive. Um, he, I can't remember if Julius Randle was an All Star or not, but both these guys I think deserve to be. The Knicks are the 5 seed for a reason. They passed up the Nets, which makes sense. The Nets will inevitably probably be in the play-in. I'd have to assume the Heat will pass them, but they are in a 3-game win streak, albeit last night was just against the Rockets. But that's neither here nor there. The Knicks and the Cavs are probably going to be playing each other in the first round. It's really just a matter of who has home field or home court advantage, and that's going to be a very fun series. Definitely one of the better 4 or 5 matchups we've had in recent years. The Knicks rotation at the moment, it's this weird 9-man. I know Jalen Brunson's missed a couple games, but assuming he's healthy, usually the starting lineup will be something along the lines of Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, assuming everyone's healthy. And then with quickly Hartenstein, Toppin, and Hart off the bench, which has been pretty interesting. Obviously, no Derrick Rose and no Evan Fournier racing my brows. Fournier's been pretty bad, to be honest. And Derrick Rose doesn't play defense. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know he's Derrick Rose. I know everyone loves him, but he doesn't play defense. You gotta play defense, especially if you're gonna play for Tom Thibodeau, and that's another area where the Knicks have really been playing their asses off. Is Emmanuel Quickly's defense, Quentin Grimes' defense. These guys are just getting super hard nosed, giving 110% on defense. Another, and you can't talk about the 9-game win streak without talking about the acquisition of Josh Hart at the trade deadline from the Portland Trailblazers. He's been, the stats aren't always there, but he has just been such an immediate impact. He does everything on the floor. One of by far the best rebounding guards in the NBA at the moment. Um, he's I don't have it in front of me, but he's got to be top 5 or so in rebounds per game. Um, he's been amazing for the New York Knickerbockers. Um, but the Knicks are going to be a really hard team to beat in a 7-game series. I think they can beat everyone in the East in 7, besides the Bucks and maybe the Sixers. There's no doubt in my mind. I wouldn't have them picked to beat the Celtics, but they can beat the Celtics. They can beat the Cavs. They can beat the Nets. They can beat the Heat. And obviously, as you go down into the play-in territory, it's a little, yeah, it's pretty obvious. But 11 games over 500, they're going to get Jalen Brunson back. They are very streaky, which has been a problem. So hopefully their 1-game losing streak as of right now, coming off their 9-game winning streak, doesn't turn into a losing streak. But they got the Kings, Clippers, Lakers all coming up on a West Coast road trip. They're a very, very fun team to watch. Mitchell Robinson is incredible. He just fucking dominates the dunker spot. So yeah, that's my Knicks hype video. They've been amazing all season long. Definitely a fun team to watch. So leave a like and subscribe.